Welcome to a new video, making videos from a sauna. My AC just exploded, I think, because it stopped being cold. And right now it's like 30 something plus Celsius, like close to 40 probably. And that sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? These tools that Ken from Godsend Mix Media, he just released a tool that is pretty cool, I think, and that will allow you to create a bunch of stuff in pretty much little to no time. So this is what we're gonna try to create or recreate because I've already done it. Now, right now it looks laggy as beep because we have this glow effect right here that has a ton of different things, and that's why it's a little bit heavy. So what can you do with these? Pretty much anything. So you have a lot of things, and the reason why it's named Keyflo or Keyflo is so that you don't have to manually create all those keyframes, right? So it's sort of like Alex's or Mr. Alex Tech Key Magic Animate, I think it's called. Yeah, it's sort of like that tool. So what's cool about these? Well, first of all, he does have he has a free version and a paid version. Now, I think the Keyflo Plus is the one that he sent me. So we're going to have to use that. If you get the Keyflo Plus, you're going to have a ton of different starting points, basically. So you have a bunch of things that are already animated. For example, this Keyflo Plus bounce. I'm going to get rid of the effect on this second text so we can start from scratch. So how does it work? First of all you got to do is drag and drop. Since this one has a bounce already, animation already set up, if you do that, the bounce is already set up. But then you can go here and adjust the midpoint. For example, if we want this to be at the bottom of our screen, then I'm going to activate the fusion overlay so we can see things. And then if we wanted to mix a little bit more, you can play around with the different in and out pre-made lookup tables or pre-made curves, right? With bounces like that. And then if we want these to end, we can actually just end this. Let me go right here. Ending point will have to be, where is this? Right here. If you go to the almost last frame right here of your element, you can see this little X. That is the ending point. So you can just use that as a guide. Same thing for the intro. We're going to bring this a little bit closer. Like that. Now, if we go a little bit lower, then we have a little bit faster animation. Now, what's cool, well, another cool thing that you can do here is that you can adjust the timing on of it with seconds. So right here, 1 means 1 second, not 1 frame. So if you want this to last maybe half a second, you just do 0.5 and it will last half a second for the intro animation. So it will be really fast. Same thing here for the intro or for the outro. You have that, but then we don't have the bounciness in the outro because this one is the first part of the outro. And right now, so I have my phone right here set up. So I have to like guess. There goes bounce because it's covering exactly that place. And then we can have these be maybe cubic. And it bounces a little bit and then goes out like that. So if we wanted to add that little extra touch, you can add rotation as well. And then this is already set up by default, right? You can also adjust the duration of them. So this 0.5, maybe 0.5. And if you want this to have a little bit of a delay, you can do that with the offset. And then we can set these up to 0. Decrease this a little bit so it sort of like comes from one side and then it's on the other side maybe. So if we take a look at these, the rotation is not really noticeable yet because we need to change the pivot point that we have right here. I'm gonna bring this like that. I'm not sure why it's not rotating. Yeah, it is rotating, but we're not seeing it because our starting point is a little bit too. Let me see if we bring this closer. There it goes. Yeah, so you can experiment with these and play around with these a lot. So if you like to play a lot with these, then it's a really cool tool that you can use. Now, the free version, I think, has all of these settings as well that you can change. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember which ones were not included in the free version. But one thing I know for sure, the option to export your own elements. So now he worked with Asher Roland, who is an amazing scripter or script writer. I don't know what to label him, but he can do a lot of really cool stuff with the scripts in DaVinci Resolve. So he helped him to develop this part of the tool, which is the option that you have to export and save your own preset, basically, right? So once you are happy with the result, let's add a glow effect and move these around. By default, that's a little bit too much, right? So we can play around with the edge feather, maybe a little bit less. Like that. We're seeing too much, so we can adjust the inner blend right here. So we have that. And if we want these to animate a lot more, we can change the face, I think, for the speed. And the same thing for the back part. So if your video is a little bit more like, I don't know, rock and roll or metal or fiery things, you can add these and add a fire sound effect. So when that pops up, you have sound effects of the fire too, and people can take a look and see like, oh, subscribe. And then they just subscribe, right? All right, so let me just jump back into the tool that I was talking about, or the part of the tool that I was talking about. Once you're happy with the result, you can go to export, and here you can just rename these to whatever the preset 1, maybe bounce fire preset 1, and then you can just save these as the effect type. In this case, if you wanted to reuse these on an image, for example, to have that same movement and then same glow effect, then you can select effect or just keep that as an effect, and then you can just add a custom thumbnail if you want. Just upload and drag and drop your email right here, and then you just export these using this function. Once you export, I think you might need to restart DaVinci Resolve, but it should show up right here in the Keyflo user templates section, or Keyflo plus user templates section. So yeah, that is basically how this tool works. You do have a ton of different options of things that you can do. And then the coolest part is that you can just save these pretty easily so that you can reuse these on different projects that you have. So that is my little video review of the tool. I think you should definitely check out the free version of it first. And if it's something that you think you like, the way that it works, the way that it's set up, then go ahead and try to check out the Plus version or Pro version of the tool. Now, I'm going to leave a link for it in the description that has an affiliate code, although I don't think it can work for me, but that doesn't matter. So if this tool is something that you think will help you out, make sure to go ahead and try it out and see for yourself. It is something that will make your life a little bit easier. That is it for this video. I'll see you in the next one here in SUALVI.